The graph of this function is shown below. We want to sketch the graph of 1 over f of x. So it's asking us to do it on a grid that's down below, but I'm just going to do it on this same grid because it's easier to do and easier to see rather than me scrolling up and down. So we know for 1 over, the reciprocal graph, that every time we get a 0, we'll get an asymptote. 1 over 1 is 1, so it's going to intersect just here. And it's probably going to go through this point and this point, if that's roughly a half. And then we know it's going to go up the intercept like that. As this heads in towards 0, the reciprocal heads off towards infinity. This is -1, definitely going to intersect there. -1 will intersect there. As it heads towards 0, it's going to go off to negative infinity down here. And so it's going to do something like that. And that's our graph. So what's the next part of the question? We want to give the domain and range for this function just here. Now, the original function that we were given was basically y equals 1 minus mod x plus 1 over 2, which would be 2 minus mod x plus 1 all over 2. So the g of x that we had above, which was the 1 over f of x, was 2 over 2 minus mod x plus 1. And this one is 4 over 2 minus mod x plus 1. So that is just a vertical dilation of scale factor 2. So in other words, if we look at this, all that's going to happen is that the graph that we've drawn here is just going to be stretched by a scale factor 2 parallel to the y-axis. So in other words, that would go up to 2 there. And there won't be really any difference here. I mean, the graph will be a bit further down, but it's still going to go towards 0 there. It's not going to make any difference to the domain. So we're going to get x is a real, and x cannot be -3 or 1, just like this, because that's where the asymptotes are. And then we'll get y is a real. We've got y is less than 0 for the bits that's below, or y is greater than or equal to 2.